So today we'll be installing the Performance Fox Transfer Seat Post with 150 millimeters of drop onto my Evo Following trail bike. The Evo Following makes internal stealth routing a breeze with tube inside tube construction. You just feed the cable in and it will come out the other end. To install the Fox Transfer Seat Post, all we need is the dropper lever, the dropper post itself, cable, housing, and 2 ferrules, plus an assorted set of Allen keys. We are going to start by internally routing our cable housing for the dropper seat post. Until the housing pops out the other end on the seat post. So now it's time to install the cable. We're just using a standard shift cable. What's important is this little piece from Fox that you have to slide onto the cable. You really don't want to misplace this when you're changing cables. It's very important and they're hard to get a hold of. This little piece is there so the shift cable has something to hold on to as a lever actuates. So to start the install, we have to cap the housing with a ferrule. And now we can slide the cable through. And remember that this little piece from Fox will be right on here with the open side facing towards the head. And leave an inch or two of cable exposed to work with. Now that the cable is installed, we can now install the Fox dropper seat post. This is a carbon frame, so we're going to apply a little bit of carbon paste to the seat post itself. And now that that is applied, we can now install the cable onto the dropper seat post. So to start out, we're going to pull this lever up. Putting pressure on this lever will make it a lot easier to get this little round piece in the dropper post. And there's a nice little slit for the cable to go through once it's installed. And now that this is installed, we can now press the seat post into the seat tube. Unfortunately, we can't use a work stand for this because I have nowhere to clamp, so it's a little more difficult. And once the dropper post is installed inside the frame, we can now push down the post and pull out the cable from the front side of the bike. This is a good time to check your seat height and clamp down the seat post. So instead of using the Fox transfer post 1x lever that is used on my Yeti SB6C, we're actually going to try out Wolf Tooth's dropper lever. It's actually really cool. It runs on a bearing, unlike the Fox dropper post that's just kind of this metal on metal kind of awkward, squeaky, not great thing that kind of can kink the cable right here and fray it. I've actually had that happen 2 times so far. So this is a much simpler design and it looks like it will be easier on the cable. And it uses a 3mm bolt instead of a 2mm bolt. That's kind of annoying on the back side of this. And one of the cool parts is instead of having to put grip tape on it, it comes with this really textured surface that actually feels even better than the grip tape. So I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Also, it feels so smooth just toggling it back and forth. So we're going to start by installing the Wolf Tooth lever, which you just have 2 3mm bolts. So we're going to loosen each one up slightly. And we're going to feed the cable through. So it slides through fairly easily. You're just going to pull the cable taut and tighten it up. This one is a lot easier to tighten and set up than the Fox so far. And then on the back of the lever, we're just going to cut it and cap it. And now that's installed, We'll now tighten it to the bar. It's kind of cool how much range of motion it has, back and forth. What's cool is this actually has a lot of adjustment. You can slide it fore and aft from the actual position this collar is at. So you can actually slide it back and forth, having the same collar position up here. So we'll fine tune that once it's all ready to go. We're gonna stretch the cable, since it's a new cable, a few times. Then retighten it. Or loosen it up, pull it through, and retighten it. And now, let's test the drops seat post. Works really well, and actually, it feels quite a bit better than the Fox transfer post. So we might be switching the Yeti over to that as well. The texture lever feel is really cool, feels perfect. So now, we're gonna end up cutting the excess cable and capping it. So we're gonna wanna get the cap to hide behind the lever itself. So, I wanna rotate it. Just gonna cut it real short. So the end cap just sits cleanly under the back of the lever itself. Just like on the Fox transfer post. It's really clean behind the thumb and you don't even see it. So this is the wolf tooth lever with the Fox performance post. It makes this loud clunk when it gets to the bottom. I guess some people like that because you know it's down. But then going up, you can vary the speed by how hard you press the lever. So you can make it slow, or you can make it fast. I'm actually preferring the wolf tooth lever a lot, and this is the first feel. I've had my Fox factory post for about 6 months, and it honestly feels the exact same as the performance, but I like the lever more than the Fox lever. I like the wolf tooth lever more than the Fox lever. So now, this is the Fox factory post with the Fox lever. The lever feels not as good. It feels like there's a little more play in the lever itself. It doesn't feel a smooth action, but as you know, but as you can hear, the dropper makes the same compression sound. And you can do the same thing with each lever. You can slowly have it, or at full speed. It all works. They work exactly the same. The only difference is the coating on the Fox transfer post. So just to recap, the Fox transfer post comes in a 125, 150, and 175 mil drop. And to be honest, it's my favorite post on the market, whether it's the performance or the factory version. The installation is the easiest on the market. It's super easy to install, and it has some aftermarket options like the wolf tooth lever that make this dropper feel amazingly smooth. Over the past 6 months of use on the Yeti SB6C, the dropper has been absolutely flawless. It doesn't even feel like it needs a service. I've ridden in a lot of dirt and grime, as you guys saw in my other video about me wearing out the Kashima linkage at the bottom. And the Fox transfer post has still been going strong. I really like this post, and I don't think I'll be switching to any other post anytime soon. It's been reliable for me every day of the week since I bought it. I'm super happy with them, and I would definitely recommend the wolf tooth lever and probably just the performance post because it feels exactly the same as the factory post but at a cheaper price. For more future in-depth tech reviews, I would definitely encourage you to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any reviews you would like me to get out, discuss that below in the comment section. I really look forward to what you guys have to say. I'll see you guys out on the trail. Cheers.